Chie, like, calls Akihiko master or whatever. It makes sense to have them fight each other.
Finally.
Ow. Behold my mini fists. What was, that was a sick move by Akihiko. Destroyed. Come here. Get wrecked. Easiest uppercut of my career. Labrys's L1 move is amazing because it, like, gives her, iframes. I love it. Alright, you're done. It's over! Get one punched.
Oh, what an absolute victory.
We don't even turn back to look at the melting shadow anymore. We rely on Teddy's nose and run with all our speed through the red fog towards Junes.
There! Come on! Everyone hurry!
We eventually see the large store that I had last been in when we exited the TV world. This building must normally be quite lively with customers, but now it looms with an eerie silence within the dim red fog.
Our rendezvous point is on this building's rooftop. Everyone remain in contact while searching for Kujikawa and the rest. Stay alert.
Every day's great at your Junes. Hello!
What an intro. Cass, who's your favorite Tails character? I don't really know, like, what my number one would be. I'd have to really sit down and think about it. But definitely up there. Gaius from Xillia. Luke from Abyss. Still really love Kisara from Arise. Jude and Mila from Xillia as well. A lot of really good options. A monitor on the side of the road flickers, and that General Teddy suddenly appears on the screen. Zelos from Symphonia I remember liking a lot. I need to play Symphonia again. It's been way too long.
What the? You again, you phony bear! What do you want now?
Thanks for coming all the way out to such a remote place. Did you enjoy the P-1 climax? There were so many touching battles this time. But, too bad for you. Unfortunately, you've all served your purposes already.
Alaskan Child 907. Thank you so much for the 5 tier 1 gift subs. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for the support, man. Means a lot. All of you who got gift subs, enjoy your emotes and your, etc., etceteras. No ads and whatnot.
What do you mean by that?
Sorry, I've been lurking a bit. Oh, see, you don't gotta apologize, man. Lurk all you want. I appreciate it either way.
Just what I said. When you fought, you released fragments of your personas. And I've gathered more than enough of them. Thus, there's no reason to keep you persona users alive any longer. Prepare to be swallowed by a surge of shadows.
You've gotten me back into so many games. You deserve it. Oh, thanks, man. Hope you're having a good time playing whatever you're playing. Once General Teddy finishes, the monitor shuts off. Silence fills the area once again.
What is the shaking?
With the thundering roar, a vicious black liquid geysers up from everywhere. This black wave surrounds us, whirling madly, and begins to close in.
Ah! What the?
What?
There are so many shadows. They're going to attack. Please, be careful.
Quick, Mitsuru, does the Kirijo group have an orbiting satellite with a laser gun that we can use? That would be really handy right now. Alaskan Child, thank you for also subbing a tier 1. Greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Cheap bastards. Come! Persona!
Akihiko's persona, Caesar, swings its sword towards the approaching black wave. The massive shadows retreats for a moment like a receding tide, then immediately surges towards us like a tidal wave.
Artemisia!
Persona!
Initiating summon sequence. Athena.
Get him. We summon our personas one after another and have no choice but to fight back. If things are this bad out here, I have to worry about Kujikawa and the others who are inside. We must get inside as soon as possible and meet up with them. Wish Tales of the Abyss had a remake with voice skits. Can't get used to no sound with the skits. Oh yeah, Abyss didn't have that, did they? What was the first game to start voicing the skits? Was it Vesperia? I don't remember if Vesperia had voice skits or not. That was the 10th in the series. I know that Grace's does, and it's 12th in the series, so it at least has it from Grace's onward, which would be the last, like, 5-6 games. But yeah, it's rough, the older games not having voice skits. Wish they did, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Product of their time and all that. But the horde of shadows pours forth without stopping, giving us no respite, however you say that word. Even the entrance to Junes has been completely covered with the black mass. If this becomes a drawn-out battle, then obviously we'll be at a disadvantage. I feel a sense of listlessness. After being on that cross, I'm severely exhausted. Even Igus and Akihiko are moving less nimbly than usual. Teddy fights on as if trying to protect the three of us, but he is injured as well. He won't last forever.
If this keeps up.
Rise-chan, Yuki-chan, Nao-chan, I'll be right there.
More shadows incoming. They're not stopping.
Where was he hiding this many shadows?
My vision begins to darken, as if layers of gauze are being wrapped around my eyes, and I feel more tired than ever. Though each shadow may be inconsequential on its own, their sheer numbers are too much to contend with. My arms drop to my sides, and I can't lift them anymore.
Mitsuru! Hey, hang in there!
Nichan! Watch out!
Mitsuru-san!
Come on, can't you pull it together? I really don't want to get involved here, you know?
Why is Adachi here? I guess he hasn't shown up at all on the Persona 3 side, so now he has to be here just so he's a part of things. What the? As the sound echoes out, my vision returns and I see a shape moving towards us, mowing down the horde of shadows. Was that just a Persona attack? The shadows that had been overwhelming us retreat, and a path opens up towards the Junes entrance.
You are...
Oh man, you guys look terrible. That's what you get for sticking your noses into places they don't belong.
The newcomer is a man who speaks languidly while scratching at the back of his neck. That Persona attack must have come from him. He looks familiar. The serial murder case that took place in Inaba last year. I try to remember the name of the former detective who had been arrested as a suspect.
Are you Toru Adachi?
What? I thought Adachi was in police custody.
Wow, I'm famous now. You're Mitsuru Kirijo, right? I guess the rest of these people are your subordinates?
What's Adachi baby doing here? Wait, you must be a fake too.
What do you call him? Why, dude? Teddy, man.
Huh? You too? A fake? Yeah, that's it. I'm a fake.
Everything about his response radiates insincerity. He seems to be an intelligent but shrewd man. But for right now, it doesn't matter if this man is a fake or not. What matters is why such a person would go out of his way to help us.
Why did you save us?
It wasn't just for you. If you died here, it'd be trouble for me. I have to obey the rules.
Rules?
Never mind, I'm just rambling. Still, isn't this an impressive number of shadows? I bet you'd really be able to get up to something fun with this many. Like, oh, say summoning up a god or something?
Summoning a god? Is that what that show guy is doing?
So this horde of shadows seems to have been gathered here by the other Minazuki after all. He's intending to use them to awaken a godlike being. I sounded like I said bean there, like the food. What he called his world is one where that being has descended, but that will result in the fall, utter destruction.
I'm just guessing. And if this many shadows were to head over to that tower and start wrecking shit, that building wouldn't stand a chance, would it? Plus, anyone inside would be in for some real trouble, wouldn't they? Well, it's not like it matters to me. I'm gonna be on my way now. Good luck or whatever.
Or whatever.
Aren't the rest of your friends in here at Junes? You kids love crowding together after all. Don't you think you'll win with those numbers?
Hey, stop! Where do you think you're going?
Don't, Teddy. I know you want to go after him, but we're all exhausted right now. We need to prioritize meeting up with your friends.
Toru Adachi doesn't even look back at Teddy and begins walking at a leisurely pace in the direction of Yasugami High. We quickly lose sight of him as he becomes lost in the muddy stream of shadows.
Toru Adachi. At the very least, he didn't seem to be a fake made from a shadow.
Is he scheming something after all?
No matter what his aims were, it's true that we were saved in the end.
Save thinking about it for later. We need to hurry.
We run along the path to Junes' entrance that had been created for us by Adachi's strike and rush into the store up the stairs. The gushing shadows had entered the building as well, but they are far fewer in number than they had been outside and aren't much of a hindrance. Eventually, the stairs end and we see the door that opens to the rooftop food court. That's still a lot of shadows. In the food court beyond, a horde of shadows had regained its intensity and continued flooding in, one after another. 4 Persona users from Inaba are fighting them. Even though they are experienced, the opposite of what I was about to say, fierce fighters and have survived many tough situations, it seems they're having a hard fight against the sheer volume of these shadows. Oh my goodness, something in my throat there.
Damn it! You're getting more intense again. There's no end to this.
Just throw more folding chairs at them.
You can't give up. Mitsuru-san and her people should arrive soon.
Right. We can't lose somewhere like this.
Rise-chan, now-chan, Yuki-chan! I'm so glad you're all okay! I'm coming over right now!
Oh, Teddy! And Mitsuru-san, too!
Teddy should have been considerably exhausted and injured, but seeing the faces of his friends must have given him strength. Anime friendship, lads. He darts towards his friends as fast as his little legs can carry him and joins their battle line. They are united by a strong bond as well. We can't fall behind either.
Ted! Hey! You intentionally left me out, didn't you?
Kanji's gonna beat up Teddy and then the shadows. Okay, so if you replay another old Tales game, will it be Symphonia or Abyss? I will play Abyss before I replay Symphonia, most likely.
You're loud as always. You still have a lot of energy left. You don't go down easy, but I see you're barely hanging on.
Don't underestimate me. Half your stuffing's hanging out anyway, so you don't get to say anything.
Sorry we're late. You did well in keeping him at bay. We'll join in the fight.
With the sense of relief at seeing everyone we had been unable to locate, we quickly tell them of our situation and check out their conditions. It's clear that all of them are tired and injured, but now that our numbers have doubled, we should be able to make up for that by cooperating with each other. As it turns out, we are slowly but surely able to push back the seemingly endless torrent of shadows.
We can do this! There's enough of us here now that I'm sure we can win!
It's too early to be relieved yet. The shadows all over town are converging on that tower. At this rate, our senpai in there will be...
Shirogane is right. If we are held up here, we won't be able to aid those who have headed up the tower. If the shadows are gathering with the intent to climb that tower, then we have to take the chance of returning to the tower ourselves to intercept them.
But considering the sheer number of shadows, that would be too dangerous.
Mitsuru-san, Ken-kun has given me the details. This case has many similarities with Shuji Yakutsuki's plan. I believe the culprit has the same intent. And considering the current situation with these hordes of shadows, the time is nigh.
Sho Minazuki called Shuji Yakutsuki his father, and then there's also what Toru Adachi mentioned. There's certainly enough circumstantial evidence. And this time Naoto speaks of, it's nothing less than the end of the world.
Do we have no choice but to entrust this to the others here? Isn't there something we can do, Mitsuru-san?
This isn't the time to argue, Mitsuru-san. We have to go.
What's there to worry about, Mitsuru? There's only one option here.
Everyone wants to return to the tower, completely disregarding their own safety. Not a single one of us is afraid to volunteer, even in this desperate situation. In addition, we've been forestalled again and again since this started. It seems that my position as the leader of the Shadow Operatives has put me on the defensive without my noticing it. We have to go on the offense now that we have the strength to do so.
Everyone, listen up. The shadows are likely gathering at that tower. Their goal is likely to bring about the coming of a god with the power to destroy the world. We must stop this at all costs. Fujikawa, will you lend me your strength? We'll combine our communication abilities to contact Yamagishi. They need to be told of the danger.
The first step is to make contact. I task the other 6 with making sure that the area is secure, then take Fujikawa's hand. We both feel a familiar tension, distinct from what we feel in battle, as we focus our thoughts and concentrate on the tower.
Persona.
Though the situation is truly chaotic and the end of the world is drawing near, the vision that appears in my mind is surprisingly clear. To think that Kujikawa's communication ability is this powerful, it's equal to Yamagishi's. I've also been told that it's evolved to the point that she can participate in combat now. These Persona users of Inaba have great potential hidden within them. That's right, we have the obligation to protect this town, their future.
Fukasan is somewhere around the middle of the tower?
Hold on, Kujikawa. There's something in the sky.
There's a reading of something approaching at high speed from the fog-filled sky. Eventually, the rhythmic sound of a helicopter reaches our ears. Let's go, Kikuno. Coming in. A large helicopter with Kirijo group markings approaches us out of the fog. The pilot must be...
Kikuno! That's you there, isn't it, Kikuno? Respond at once!
Lady Mitsuru, thank goodness you're safe.
What are you doing here? This airspace is dangerous. You must withdraw at once to a safer area.
You're all putting your lives at stake by fighting. I refuse to shame myself by withdrawing.
I can only smile at the way Kikuno refuses my direct order. She won't hesitate to risk herself for my sake. That's never changed at all.
And there's something I must tell you at once. We've decoded more of the records from Shuji Ikutsuki that I gave to Labrasi. We've reached a point where there is a description that seems to be hinting at the security code. If we can solve it, we may be able to fully unlock it. The clues to the password are my true form that I should take, and the one written of in the prophecy. Prophecy and true form? Could this be about what happened back then?
Nix? Is the password Nix? Spin Master, welcome to stream.
Tsuru, I have to remember. That insanity Ikutsuki was a slave to. You remember the speech he gave us?
I could never forget that night 3 years ago, the night we were cast into the depths of despair. Ikutsuki looked down on us with insanity in his eyes and told us of his own ambitions.
He said he would become a king in the new world. With that in mind, what he strived to become, his self-professed true form.
The new world that Shuji Ikutsuki strove for? Do we really have to keep having the helicopter noise in the background of all this? A world where everyone besides him had been changed into a shadow? What did he believe his true form would be? Some kind of a deity?
King of the Fall.
There's no mistake, those words symbolize the distorted ambitions Ikutsuki had become obsessed with, and what he truly believed he would become.
That's it! The password was accepted, and the file's been unlocked. I'm opening the file now.
Man, imagine having a password and it doesn't even have any numbers or, like, symbols in it. Like, most websites require you to have numbers and symbols in your passwords now, Ikutsuki. This is why, you idiot.
There's no time to wait for an analysis. Kujikawa, let's try again. We need to get this information to Labrys through Yamagishi.
We direct our search in the direction of the tower once more and detect Yamagishi. Near her are a number of other readings that appear to be in combat. They are Narukami, Satanaka, and Hanamura. It seems they're fighting valiantly to protect Yamagishi. Though they had been injured, I sigh in relief, sensing that they've made a recovery. We immediately open communications with Yamagishi and relay our situation. According to Yamagishi, the sudden swarm of shadows in town have begun pouring into the tower as well. We then pass on our own conclusions, the reason for the horde of shadows, and our information on the password. Even Yamagishi seems lost for words at hearing this, but she quickly recovers herself.
So that's why all these shadows have been flooding in. We'll stop them here as well. I'll tell Labrys about that password at once. Please be careful, Mitsuru-senpai.
Everyone looks towards me once the communication ends. They're waiting for a word from me with such impatience, but don't worry, I understand.
We will now head to the tower to aid those who are still in there. We'll have to force our way in. We will combine the strength of our personas and fight our way through.
As they say, that's what I'm talking about.
That is what they say, I guess.
This is starting to get interesting. I'm getting pumped up.
All right. If that's the plan, then it's time to bust out all our skills. Better not fall behind, Ted.
I'm getting fired up! Wait for us, Sensei! Wait for me, Labby-chan! There's no need to fear with my tremendous strength!
Right. Labrys and Chia are fighting too, so I can't just stay here.
The moment we were about to step towards the tower, I noticed the black silhouette of a vehicle lowering its altitude close enough to graze the horde of shadows.
Kikuno, you need to leave Inaba and stand by until we contact you again.
No, my lady. This helicopter is loaded with 2 7.62mm Gatling guns, 19 continuous rounds of 70mm rocket ammunition, as well as a 30mm chain gun.
Oh, dang! That's insane! But also, like, is that even gonna work on shadows? Don't you, like, need a persona and whatnot?
Though these cannot damage shadows, they will be useful in preventing their advancement and providing you with some measure of backup.
Makes sense to me.
Don't be ridiculous. It's too dangerous.
Labra's-san asked me why someone who couldn't use a persona would risk their life to go to a place where shadows appear. No matter how slight it may be, I can still provide some assistance to you all. I have been prepared to risk my life from the start. My lady, I have my own battles to fight. Hikuno-san.
Mitsuru, are you gonna repeat the same mistake?
Right. It doesn't matter how strong or weak we are. I've pushed Narukami and his friends away before, and now I'm doing the same to Kikuno. Kikuno, I accept your determination. Aid us from the helicopter. We must reach that tower at all costs.
Understood. I will see you there safely, even if it costs me my life. Let us depart.
Kikuno's helicopter rotates in place to face the direction we'll be proceeding in. God, I love it. With a tremendous concussion, a rain of bullets showers down on the massive shadows, splashing bits of blackness every which way. The wave that had been completely covering the road loses its intensity and begins to retreat.
Now!
Right. All right!
Come! Persona! Go!
Persona!
Here goes!
A line of sparkling lights runs into the wave of shadows, accompanied by a roaring sound. We can do this. We nod to each other and leap one after another into the newly opened path. We must head to the tower where our comrades are fighting so that I can carry out... No. So we can all carry out our duties.